Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, welcome back to more Hearthstone on the weekly Tavern Brawl, and this week, 3 wishes again. Zephyrs has blessed you with a random deck and 3 wishes, and no wishing for more wishes, going with rogues. We got double rogue quest. Alright, we'll see how this goes. In recent news, which is interesting because I usually don't watch Hearthstone news, sounds like people are pretty upset with this whole Battleground Season 2 thing. And the pay-to-win mechanics, which is very understandable. So we'll see how Activision Blizzard responds to that. I don't know what I want, so I'm gonna toss everything back. The reason I bring it up is because people are up in arms and upset they're gonna ruin the game mode, which a lot of people liked, which I can understand. I never really got into it. It's not really my cup of tea. But there have been some, I don't know what's the whole thing with Arena nowadays. I feel like Battlegrounds is really taking over that. I know a lot of people like Constructed. Back when Arena was the only other game mode, it was fairly popular, I think. But then now we've had Battlegrounds and Mercenaries, and Tavern Brawl is literally not a game mode per se. It's like a once a week. Well, I guess it's technically a game mode because it comes out once a week, but it's a game you can play persistently through the week. Interesting that they went for a wish on turn 1. But, everyone has their own thing, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. This is kind of interesting. But I know, or I think I remember them saying that, or someone saying, some Hearthstone dev was saying that they were interested in, I think I'm just going to dagger it. Thinking about coining out the pain. Maybe I'll just save the coin. But, some Hearthstone devs saying that they were going to try to do something with Tavern Brawl, because really we haven't had a new Tavern Brawl, an actually new Tavern Brawl in forever. So let's see here. I'm going to guess none of these were off the wish. I would hope. Well, then again, they had 1 mana, so I'm not sure what they would have gotten from that. I don't know if I want to go with the Echo Cheap Shot. But I also don't really have great plays. I think I can afford to just drop the Acolyte. I could dagger and hit it, or I can hit it and I can trade over 2 turns, but I think I'm gonna just sit. Actually, what am I gonna do on turn 4? Maybe I should have done that. I mean, I could double echo, I guess, if they leave it, but we'll see. We'll see. Do I think they're gonna get the benefit of the mech discount? Probably not. Otherwise I would have given them, otherwise now I'm giving them a 5. Okay, well, I eat my words. Good golly. Wow, well, that is certainly something. I guess I polymorph it then. Or BGH it. That's even better. Well, I certainly ate my words there. Because I could have just daggered and cheap shotted it, or attacked and cheap shotted it. But I was greedy. I was like, they don't have a 5 mana mech. JK. And it was a beefy one, it was a magnetic, so they got even more. They got face damage in, more face damage, 5 extra face damage. If it wasn't magnetic, it would just been the mech warp that attacked. But then the BGH wouldn't have taken it out. So that's actually better than polymorph because it leaves them with a no board instead of a 1/1, and it gives me a 4/2. So yeah. They second wished for something. I feel like this is a newer-ish player. Or maybe, I don't know how I want to describe it. Not necessarily newish, but less experienced, because I feel like these wishes are not the best wishes. But then again, maybe I'm just the noobish player, because I'm not understanding the genius behind, wishing on turn 1. They also could very well have nothing, and they just wanted to get something on the board. But they had this! So at the end of your turn, transform any number into a copy of this. I think I'm going to go take that out. How do I want to do it, though? Enemies -1 attack this turn. I think I can do that. I'll go ahead and do that. Take it out. How do I want to do this, though? I don't know if I want to mimic pod. You know, maybe that's fine. Add a copy of it? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay. That's not terrible. Given that I have board control, unless they have a rush or charge, this is going to be able to do something this turn. So, I could theoretically deal with whatever they drop, even if it's a bigger minion, right? 5 damage. Unless it like deals damage to itself, or they can somehow deal damage to it, right? You know, warrior, they can do some damage. Okay. Noitron, tad annoying. Not the most. I think I go ahead and just dagger it. I'm not going to draw here. I could play this boy. I think I'm just going to dagger it to get rid of the shield, and then just drop an overlord. What was it called? What's this guy called? Portal overfiend. Okay. All right. Okay. That is somewhat helpful information, I suppose. I don't think I'm gonna coin the Chromagus. I could Shadow Strike and then take that out with some stuff. I have a lot of draw. Mimic Pod, Thistle Tea, Sprint. Didn't realize that was 5 minutes. I guess I've seen that before. Okay, yeah, I have. I think I vaguely remember seeing, now that I've seen this, it being discounted to 5. I've got 3 legendaries in hand. 4 legendaries, sorry. I don't think I've seen my opponent drop a legendary. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, we'll do the cheap shots. Trade there. Go here. They have 5 cards, 6 cards now to my 9 cards next turn with border control. I think I'm in a good spot. They do have a 3rd wish. I still have yet to draw my 2nd one. And obviously that wish was, you know, pretty game swinging. I was going to say game changing and swinging and could not get it out. So, alright. Dropping an execute. That is a bit of a swing. This summon stuff, whenever it takes damage. Yep, what happened? Oh, it's some of the thingy. Okay. Okay. I can get this boy out. It summons a 2/3, which is kind of unfortunate. Bop. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this boy. Punch face a tad, and then just sit. We'll just chill. Just hang out, you know? Just hanging. Big chillin'. I think it has to take damage and survive, right? Nope, just whenever it takes damage. Never mind. So, you know, thought about, do I just rush into it, take out the thing? Nah, leave it at 4 health. Like, does that really matter that much? Just leave the board a little bit wide. Still have some big boys in hand. Okay. Okay. So, can be a little cheeky here. Choose a direction for them to rotate in. I can be a little cheeky here, I think. That's gonna be taunt. I want them to rotate this way at the end of my turn. I hate that this is, like, not well designed for people who, like, cannot visually see. So I think it's gonna go this way counterclockwise, right? Oh, it does it at the turn. I thought it was at the end of the turn. Battlecry. Okay, so did I flub it? Yeah, I flubbed it a little bit. Because I could have played this and given my 2/3 rather than the whatever. So, I'll go ahead and just play this out. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the battle cry off, so... definitely flubbed it. I should have played that, because I was going to play... I thought it was at the end of the turn, it's a constant effect, because there was a Tavern Brawl that was like that, right? So, ooh. Bit of a face boy. Alright, that's why. Destroy all other minions and destroy a card for each destroyed. So there's only one, so let's just go ahead and... Whose Deathwing is bigger? Yeah. Wow. That is a smidge annoying. Dang, son. And I didn't see what my opponent discarded. I think they discarded some legendaries, right? Rot Face and Onyxia. Ooh, okay, that's a little spicy, If you play 4 other dragons custom, yeah, I don't think that's gonna actually... TBH? Nah, I think I'm just gonna not that. Do this. Drop that. Do little bumpsies. What card is 10 or less mana that charges at 12 attack? I don't think there is one. So, we'll see. Should my opponent have played Rotface or Onyxia? I think Onyxia might not have been terrible. Ooh. Okay. What if I draw 2 of them? I'm still gonna lose, looks like. Oh man. That's a feels bad man kind of moment. Okay, maybe not. Well, not yet, at least. Let's drop these. Let's get rid of this. We'll do that and just punch face a tad. What did this come off of? The Blink Fox? Got a legendary off of that. That's kind of cray. Right. I still... Actually, this... If it gives a copy to my hand, I don't think it actually goes off, right? The bomb. So... They just need 2 damage. Very easy. Bluefin, whatever, Murloc dude. Any charge, really. Moral Strike. There's a lot of cards that they're gonna win with here. Which is unfortunate, because I think it was just funny to counter their Deathwing with a Deathwing of my own. But alas, still gonna lose despite that. I guess it was my fault for leaving them to... Oh, there it is. There's the W. Ugh. That's so sad. That feels bad, man, kind of moment. Oh, JK. That must be a bug. Deathwing's got to take the final swing, but yeah, that must be a bug, right? I think I'm supposed to draw the 2 bombs there, because otherwise my opponent wouldn't have gotten lethal, I don't think. Yeah, like, there's no way that my opponent would have gotten lethal, so that's definitely a bug, unfortunately. Make sure to report that to Blizzard, that my opponent did not get lethal when they had an opportunity for lethal. Pretty big oversight for Blizzard, I think, but, you know, like I said, like I usually say, we take those. So, hope I don't get banned for bug abuse, but, you know, we take the W there. So, anyway, like, yeah, that was, like, I don't know. I feel like that Deathwing was a little bit premature. Well, yeah, I think if it were me, and obviously there's a little bit of bias there because of the way I play, but obviously, well, yes, there is a bias in the way I play, or there's a bias in the way I analyze things towards the way that I prefer to play. That being said, it's not like they were able to push lethal. If they were like, hey, I'm going to push lethal next turn, and I have no other outs, go for it, right? Because you have to also remember that we're playing 3 wishes, you know? They did not know that I am not good at Hearthstone and would not draw my second wish. The first wish automatically comes in your hand. That they can't get around, right? But they have to... Because they played 2, right? I don't think they had their third one. And so I was like, a third way through my deck. So yeah, reasonably I wouldn't have had it. And then, if my opponent was familiar with me, they would have known I don't have it because, that is a pretty decent card, I think, to have. And so I'm not one for drawing appropriate cards for times that I need them. So, but you have to kind of assume that your opponent is a good player and that they would have potentially a second wish to just deal with your Deathwing. And it's not like their hand was like one card. It's like, whatever, I give up this one card and and so the board state was not terrible, right? I had an 8/8, a 1/1, a 6/8, I think, is what I had. And they had like, what, 30-ish health, like high 20-something health. So, like, if it were me, I would have been like, you know what, play out the stuff. Fight for the board, even if my opponent punched face with everything and just left the board as is. It would have been, what, 8, 6, 1, 7, 15. So, like, even then it was like 15 was like about half of their health. And they would have dropped a legendary that probably would have been something that I had to deal with, right? Because if they dropped the Nixia, actually, no, hold on. Because they had a 4/4, a 2/3 taunt, and I think something else, right? So it's not like they had like a negligible board. Right? And so I think that Deathwing was definitely premature. If it were me, like I said, and again, obviously bias, I would have probably played out Rot Face, to be honest. I forgot. Rot Face is the one that if it takes damage, it summons a legendary, right? A random legendary. I think it has to survive. So maybe not Rot Face. I think probably would have dropped the Nixia, because then your Nixia could go 1-for-1 with the Sea Giant. You would have 3 other 1/1s, which is like not that great, just because there would be 4 minions on board after Nixia comes down. So that's not an inconsequential board. I did have a big hand, yes, but unless that was like a last hurrah, like swing for lethal the next turn, like you have to deal with this now, or I'm going to lethal you the next turn. I don't think that was the right play, given that they had like a Nixia and Rot Face, and I thought they had one other card in hand. I thought they discarded 3, maybe even 4. No, I think they had 4 and they discarded 3. I don't think they just discarded 2. But even if they just had Rot Face and Nixia, I still think it was the wrong play. So, like I said, I feel like that opponent was maybe a little bit trigger happy, I guess is a better way to like just go and like not like try to plan out the turns, save things for better opportunities. Which is why I was like, maybe they're a little bit more experienced, but I also don't want to like judge, even though I say that all the time, and it's obviously judging. But I mean, there were definitely some times the whole magnetic thing actually was not bad. They had 2 magnetic things that ended up with a 7/8 and a 6/8, which is pretty interesting. The whole whatchamacallit, oh, and then the whole other thing about, like, they could have also fought for the board more, right? Because they could have done some trades. I'm sure they could have done some trades. Maybe not, because I think they had a 4/4, a 2/3, and something else. 6 damage. They could have taken out the Acolyte, left the taunt up, and I would have at most swung 8 damage in. I mean, yeah, they could have even gotten a better Nixia. Like, they could have swung the 2/3 into the Acolyte. They could have put the 4/4 into maybe, like, I don't know, the 6/8, right? It would have given me a 6 armor, sure. But they could have done a lot of other stuff. I think that Deathwing turn, but in the end, I think the Deathwing countering Deathwing was very funny. But kudos to them for sticking it out after that. I feel like their deck was maybe a little bit like they definitely had some big swings. And then I fortunately had answers for them, right? Like the wish into the big game hunter, obviously, right? The whole wish mechanic. The Silas into stealing their 6/2, or sorry, not 6/2, 6/8. Although I should have given them a 2-3 rather than a 4-4. I did not read the card. And I also don't like that game design that it's like it's facing left and right and it says it goes this way or that way. And like that's not entirely clear to everyone necessarily, like what is gonna happen. Especially if you're like maybe a little bit visually impaired. Um, but then again, if you're like slightly visually impaired, like could you really read card text and is that kind of a moot point? But still, I feel like it's an accessibility kind of thing. Or just like a make things clear kind of thing. Even though Hearthstone's kind of a goofier game compared to some more serious games like card games, like you have a little bit of that whimsy where it's you can get away with stuff like that. But I feel like a normal card game, you would not say like something that unclear and depend on like other cues to be able to figure it out. It's not a puzzle game. But anyways, I digress. That's a lot of discussion, I guess. It's not really analysis. Maybe it's a little bit analysis, but it's a lot of discussion at the end of the video for what I think is overall kind of a fun day, a fun game. I still just can't stop smiling with the Deathwing countering Deathwing. That was just like oof. But regardless, that's it for this week's Tavern Brawl. So, I forgot that I didn't even mention the whole bomb to bomb thing. Like, wow, what a finish would that have been from my opponent? 10 damage into 5 damage, or vice versa for the lethal. Oof, that would have been juicy. I would have been mad, sure, but I would have had to give props to that because that would have been a crazy finish too. But anyways, alas, that didn't happen, fortunately for us, and then we can laugh about it in the end here. So anyways, that's it for this week's Tavern Brawl. So until next time, thanks for watching.